Good morning, Brown. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you're watching this feed. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Frankie Olivo. Our program focuses on the very important issues that are affecting our local community. We have shed light on injustices and we allow for our platform, this mic, to be that of the voice of the people. Now, if this is something you can see yourself supporting, well, we ask that you join the cause. Currently, right now, this live program is being streamed on X, formerly known as Twitter, and on Facebook. We could be found under Frankie Olivo. We encourage you to follow our personal page on Face. We could be found under Olivo Frankie. But more importantly, if you haven't already, create a Gmail account, go to YouTube, like, follow, and subscribe to our channel titled Frankie Olivo TV. It's free. Remember, Brownsville, I will never ask you for money. I will never ask you for food. You want us to continue to talk about the latest information that is going on in our area, we'll gladly do so. I don't seek pity when I say that doing this, talking about those sensitive issues, those sensitive topics, doesn't benefit me. Professionally, I've lost clients because of my beliefs, ideology, what I have to say. I've been threatened with my life at least 3 times that I know of. I've been threatened with lawsuits at least 3 or 4 times that they've said it. But we continue to show face because we want to be in front of the information. We genuinely believe that in the power of information. If you as a viewer, as a voter, as a constituent, as a community member have all the information in regards to a candidate, let's say now with, early voting right around the corner, with less than, the next time I see you, it's going to be 2 weeks away from early voting. In regards to different issues on how you feel, the justice system, whatever is happening throughout the country, we will gladly talk about those things. All I ask in return is something very simple, my people. Make sure you support the cause. People always ask, how can I support you? Do you need money? Do you need food? Do you need something? I always say, no, I'm very thankful. I'm a very humble person. All I ask, if you ever see me in the street, I doubt it, but if you ever see me in the streets, all I ask for is a glass of water, maybe a taco de frijol with su quesito. That's all I ask to my community. But if you want to contribute, if you want to be part of this movement, and that's what it is, really, we're creating a movement. I want to look back and say, and it sounds corny, I know, right? But I want to look back and say, man, I was a part of this. We brought about change. Why? What's the purpose of this platform? We give it to you the way it is. We talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And why am I telling you this? Why am I telling you to subscribe to all the, Facebook, Twitter, X, and YouTube? Well, as of late, our Facebook page is at risk of being taken down. The powers that be do not want you, the voter, to know the truth. But remember, fam, we will not be silenced. So if you're really about the cause and you want to stand up to corruption, and you want to hold our elected leaders and those in leadership positions accountable, we ask that you join the cause. Make sure that you are subscribed to all of our social media platforms. Remember, Good Morning Brownsville will come on Monday through Friday religiously. So make sure that you are subscribed to Frankie Olivo TV on YouTube to tune in. We will never, ever be silenced. And always remember, Brownsville, we are forever grateful to each and every one of you for the time and attention that you provide us. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for that. How we doing, Chad? How we doing? Happy Friday. Man, I'm glad the weekend is here. I know y'all think that I don't do nothing. I get criticized for, all you do is go live. No tienes trabajo, no haces nada. No, ladies and gentlemen, I have a life. Well, sort of. I've been very busy. I'm very thankful for the opportunity that I have. I got to take advantage because this is the busy season and the slow season is kind of stale for me. But nonetheless, very grateful. I've been up since 3 a.m, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the type that I'm in bed by 9 or 10. I wake up at 3, 4 in the morning. I go to the restroom, have a glass of water. I think about what I'm going to talk about, for before you. That's how I prepare. When I'm in the restroom at 3, 4 in the morning, like all asleep, like, what the hell am I going to talk to these people about? And I think, and I hope you appreciate it, because we give you a little bit of everything. Yeah, the reason why I've been up is because I've been receiving a lot of information. A lot of information has come through, and I'm very thankful to my community that confides in me. This I feel as if it's a great responsibility, because they're not able to be vocal about whatever situation they're going through. They feel as if an injustice was done, and they want to correct that wrong. So who do they come to? They come to me, and I'm very appreciative of that, of the confidence that the community has. Last night, somebody messaged me and said, several people messaged me, to the point to it was like, who's messaging you? What are you doing? Who you with? Like, chill. It's information. It's my job. But one of the people that messaged me said, why are you focusing on Steve so much? Why don't you talk about Eddie? Why don't you talk about Eric? And I said, it's because there's a lot of information that's still coming in. If you followed our program from our inception, or maybe in May, we focus on the city of Brownsville municipal races, and we focus on Pedrito Cárdenas, the commissioner for District 4, for 2 weeks. Pedrito Cárdenas got 10 episodes, and each episode was something different. People were asking me, "Ya, cámbiale, talk about the mayor, talk about this, talk about that." I said, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the middle of a runoff. This is the topic of discussion. We know about Eddie Trevino. We semi-quasi know about Eric Garza. Do we know about Steve Guerra? And again, I like the guy. This isn't nothing personal. I don't, I'm not poking fun at him, or I'm not singling him out. The reason why, our program has been focused on Steve Guerra is because there's a lot of question marks. And we're not asking for, the student council or the local high school election. He's asking for your vote to be the face of Cameron County, in charge of a budget of $200 million. I'm just asking the simple things. Where does he work? What's his source of income? What's his work experience? What's his personal experience? What are his goals are for the county? What is his take on SpaceX? What is his take on LNG? I got some information on LNG as well. And I have to follow up on these things. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 2 weeks away from early voting, and we still don't know the basic information that I would think we would need for a candidate. There was a Democratic forum. Steve did not show up. His team is saying, "Oh well, he has Port of Brownsville meeting." Yeah, but you're running for county judge. I would do everything possible to get next to the incumbent and show my aura, and people could say, this guy means business. But there was a scheduling conflict. Okay, we'll give him that. Steve Guerra was supposed to speak at the Brownsville Crime Stoppers luncheon a few days ago. He didn't show up, last minute. Family emergency. So is Steve hiding? Is he avoiding the people? Is he avoiding to be questioned? Again, I don't think I'm asking anything out of line, right? But I'll bet somebody $100. I'll bet somebody, no, well, I don't have $100. I have $7.49 in my bank account, 25 in my checkings. I'll bet you everything I have in my checking account. If a person could tell me what Steve does today, what's his profession right now, where's his office located, where can I reach him, what services does he provide? Because he claims to be an entrepreneur, but what does that entail? When I tell you that those in his inner circle in the Breakfast Club don't even know what he does. Now, am I out of line for asking Steve Guerra that question? His team says yes. I don't think so. Remember, whenever someone runs and is asking for your vote, they are susceptible to criticism, to questions, to constructive feedback. That's just the way it is. I didn't make the rules. I'm not singling nobody out. So, more information has come up on Steve. You know, his camp is trying to sway the narrative in regards to the lawsuit in which he brutally beat a minor, the son of a prominent attorney. He posted a poll, which not many people believe. They're like, I don't think Northern Cameron County is really, really in tune with what or who Steve is. Maybe he got, again, Steve brought in 2,700 votes for the Port of Brownsville. Could a large chunk of those polled be those voters that voted previously? Possibly. I don't know. I'm not trying to discredit Steve. What I'm trying to say is we want more. Give us something simple. So I'm here to say that there's a lot more information coming in. There are other victims out there. And another victim has been identified late last night or in the wee hours. And that incident is probably worse than what the lawsuit alleged. And if Steve doesn't answer to that, that's going to be very telling. I'll probably go live with that story on Thursday because I do need to cross-reference some information that I am still kind of weary on, but I have names, I have locations, I have dates, I have the victim's family. And it's very shocking because his team is avoiding the lawsuit. And again, nobody's perfect, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we all want to think of ourselves as holier than whole, and we want to have an image of greatness, and I'm free of sin and I make no mistakes. And I think people would genuinely relate to something. They say, "Look, man, I made a mistake. I was young. I'm not like that no more. There are questions in regards to my family. I love my family. I respect my family. I am nothing. The allegations that are being thrown out there, it's false. This is what I do. These are my goals. I want to be transparent." I think we could appreciate, or I appreciate that out of a person. Hey, when, and I know this is totally off topic, but when Roy de los Santos said the F you around the world to the Christian woman, it freaked everybody out. And at first I was like, oh, that's horrible. You're mean, you're mean, you're mean. But, hey, he said he was sorry. Maybe he didn't apologize to her. He said it in a condescending way of, well, it wasn't the right words. Hey, we're not perfect. We could crucify Roy de los Santos all we want, but hey, he said, you know what? I should have used a better choice of words. We're human, right? We make mistakes. We're not perfect. We struggle each and every day to be good. So that's coming up. And if Steve doesn't answer to that other allegation, to that other beating that was very severe, we have problems because that incident is very daunting. And it had severe repercussions that this person still lives with that being till this day. So I'll probably go live with that on Thursday. On Thursday? On Thursday. Let me check my freaking calendar. On Thursday? Tuesday, February the Monday, okay. Tuesday is Miraflores. Wednesday is okay. The Thursday the 5th, yes. Thursday the 5th, we're gonna talk about another beating that Steve gave to someone. And that beating is even worse than what the lawsuit alleges. And again, if Steve Guerra does not answer to these very serious allegations, I believe the family, who was scared and didn't do anything back in the day, is going to get involved because they confided in a third party to reach to me when I reached out to someone else that knew that family. They said, no quieren pedo. They don't want to get involved, but we don't think that he's the right choice because of what he did to this person. It's very serious, ladies and gentlemen. It's shocking. Just when you thought that it couldn't get any worse, it does. It really does. And again, this is facts. It doesn't benefit me to lie because there's a victim, there's a family. And if Steve does not answer to this, I would dare say that Steve won't ever show up to any forum or any debate or take any questions because that is very, very serious. So that's on Thursday. On Monday, we have an even interesting story. Again, I've been asking Steve, what do you do? Where do you work? Where's your source of income? You know, well, we finally found out. I have receipts. I'm going to show you where Steve money comes, and it's not good. All cash, all gas, no brakes. How is he going to answer to this information that we're going to talk about on Monday? Because I have data, I have receipts, and I don't lie. So whenever we ask Steve, what is your source of income? And we show him this, he won't be able to argue against it. There are rumors out there that he is heavily involved in huachicol and stolen petroleum. I'm not saying it. I didn't know about this. You want to know who told me? The underworld. Ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of good people and I know even more bad people. And when the bad people say, Steve was bad, Steve is bad, that's scary. Now, what's interesting to learn, ladies and gentlemen, is that this individual, he wants to tell you that he is the right person for the job. So on Monday, I'm going to let you know in regards to where his money comes from, according to the information that I have. Again, we always provide the community with receipts. I am nothing without receipts, ladies and gentlemen. More power to you, bro. Again, why I that's the reason why I ask y'all to support the cause. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about very serious people in the underworld. And the information that we were presented last night, this morning, is going to take me into an even deeper rabbit hole. And you know why they give me this information? May God keep you safe because these corrupt people are dangerous. You know why these people give me this information? Because they know I'm going to dive straight first into it. I'm already neck deep. There's no turning back. Now, I don't say this for pity. I don't say this because I'm scared. I'm not scared. I love this. To me, this is my environment. I'm wired differently. If something were to happen to me, at least I'll go out on my shield, right? At least everything that we talk about will be corroborated because something was done. Now, again, I'm not dumb, always strapped. I'm low key. I don't look for problems, but I defend myself. I understand the risk that I'm in talking about these issues, bringing to light, because again, these are very powerful people with big bucks and deep ties to the underworld. So it's as serious as it can get, my people. So whenever I say, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, that's the least you could do. I'm risking my neck out there for you, my people. But I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm guessing the really important issues don't really matter. Again, Hector Johnson, I'm asking the basic information. And he doesn't. Has anybody noticed that Eric Garza is like a no-show? Have you seen a sign of Eric Garza? Have you seen him at the debate? Was he placed there purposely by Steve to force a runoff? It's starting to seem that way because Eric Garza's campaign is non-existent. Unless I'm tripping out or I'm reading it wrong, it's just weird. Did he get off 10, 50 grand just to be there? Maybe, I don't know. I hope not. I hope that he's got a bone and that he's got a great idea for Cameron County. But nonetheless, so that is what our focus will be next week. On Monday, I'm going to show you with receipts where Steve Guerra's money comes from, and it's not good. He's not going to be able to challenge that. Because again, we want to know what our elected leaders are all about. What do you do? What's your work experience? What experience have you been through that led you up to this position? Why are you worthy of it? That's what I say, Chicle. Again, I'm asking for basic. Frankie, what do you do? I'm an insurance broker. What does that entail? Well, my main focus is health and life, but I also service my clients with commercial, home, and auto and auto insurance. Also, we provide funeral plans, annuities for those individuals, for teachers that maybe are retiring. They want to transfer over their thing. Frankie, what's your goal for the county? You know what? I want to partner with SpaceX and LNG. I understand that there is a environmentalists that are worried about our environment, the local beaches. I want to work with Austin to see if we can mitigate this and try and come to a better solution, because we as people want access to our beach. We understand that Boca Chica to Mars is now becoming a reality. I want to have a better cooperation with SpaceX and mend fences and da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? But when a candidate says, my name's Steve Guerra, vote for me. Okay. What do you do? What's your plan? What's your goal? What's your vision? What's your It's crazy. I don't know. It's crazy. Now, are there people out there that don't like Eddie Trevino? 1000%. But are people going to vote for Steve without knowing who he is? It's like a blank check. Do you give somebody a blank check and say, run with it? No, hey, estemos de acuerdas. ¿Cuál es tu enfoque? ¿Cuál es tu visión? ¿Cuál es tu experiencia? Right? At least that's the way I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm out of line. I don't know. People say I'm crazy. I don't believe them. I really don't believe them. But that's what we're dealing with. Somebody sent me a picture of them watching me on at work. I appreciate my people. I'm so proud to announce, my people. I'm so proud to announce. I'm very humbled by the reception that each and every one of you have given our platform. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to announce that we have finally reached the 1,000 mark. I'm so freaking excited. It's oh man, it's probably hard for people to understand, but doing what I do, focusing on podcasting and stuff is very it's challenging. It's challenging because having an audience is difficult. Having your attention is difficult. I think we do a good job, and it's not just myself. I would dare say there's like 10, 15 people behind the scenes that you would never guess. And they're the ones that are keeping us informed. I'm just a face. I literally am. You may think that I do all this. No, no. Frankie doesn't do nothing. It's the people around me that do a great job, and I'm very thankful for that. Um, it's hard. It's hard to grow organically. If you've ever talked, and maybe I'm talking, in a different language to people, but whenever I ask for people to subscribe, it's because I want them to be part of this. Do you read the paper? Does the paper talk about things that we've been talking about? No. You know, uh, that's the uniqueness of our program. We take you behind the scenes. We take you in those um, uh, we take you behind those closed doors where the politicos have those meetings. And by me reaching this mark of 1,000 subscribers, it means a lot to me. My predecessor, whenever he asked people to subscribe to his channel, man, he got it within like 2 weeks. I'm not kidding you. He got like 200 subscribers and boom. It took me 9 months. I was at 230 when I started in March, late March, early May, March, early April. I was at 230 subscribers, and we've grown exponentially. And I have so many people that I need to be thankful for. Special shouts out goes to Camila Jones, Daniela Jones, a toda la gente de Puerto Isabel, Laguna Heights, la Isla del Padre, mi nueva casa, mi gente de Bronzeville, my people from Cameron, what's up? La famosa Southmost, El Puerto, Las Prietas, La Lomita, La 421, La Parra, La Muralla, Ramireño, Military Highway, all my people, man. I'm very thankful for this. I really, really am. And I hope you appreciate it. Again, I don't get paid for this. Now with this 1,000 subscribers, I will monetize. And that to me shows and lets me know or affirms that you as a community, you want information. And look, what we post is delicate. I've had people that say, chingao, Frankie, calmala, bro, calmala, take it easy, But at the end of the day, I want you to come. I want you to come and talk about what's going on. Voice your displeasure. Si tienen cualquier quejas en contra de mí, avísenme. Si me quieren tirar tomatazos, tíramelos. I want to be transparent. I'm not perfect. I struggle every day to be a better person. And all I want is to be part of a movement. I want to be part of a group that together we can look back and say, we did that. And I hope you don't get tired of me saying this, but this microphone, ladies and gentlemen, it belongs to you, the people. I never ever talk about the community. If you've noticed, I never bash the community. Yesterday, when I posted about the security officer from Hannah, she's a BISD employee. She's in charge of providing security for the children. We have heard that she's a rough person, and many students, parents have been concerned about her, the way she's approached or handled situations. And if an employee of BISD is arrested for aggravated assault, and there's a public mugshot, we're gonna post it. We were criticized for, you're humiliating her, you're demeaning her, and gentlemen, I didn't get arrested. I didn't tell her to hit her dude or her family. Do they have that same energy whenever Channel 4, Channel 5, KRGV, whenever they post mugshots? Again, I don't take things personal, but golly, I'm here fighting the cartels and they're giving me crap for this. Like, oh my goodness, are you serious? Really, really, really? I'm fighting dragons over here. I'm slaying dragons. I'm talking about a criminal enterprise that is probably going to be looking for me as soon as this election's over. I know my life's at risk, and I come on before you every day, Monday through Friday, with a smile on my face, and I say, how we doing, chat? How we doing? And people give me crap about a woman who was charged with aggravated assault. It's like how they told me, Frankie, no quieres pedos? You don't want to get arrested? Don't be sending dick pics, Frankie. Ah, got it. It's like, my people, come on. Jeez, give me a break. Nah, I'm kidding. No. I love it. I love it that people are critical of me. I love it. I love constructive criticism. I'm wired differently, my people. I'm weird. I'm weird. I live for this stuff. I love it. I love fighting. I love arguing. I want to prove to you that I'm worthy. I want to show you, not with words, but through actions. Mira, yo sí los tengo colgados. I'm very thankful to each and every one of you for coming on. This isn't me. This, people. What I learned, and I know people don't like for me to bring up my uncle, but he's the only reason why I do this. I was shy. Growing up, I had a stuttering problem. I didn't like to be behind the camera. I know I send dick pics, but I promise you, I don't like to be behind the camera. I freak out. I'm more into production. I like to run the show. That's why people ask me when I came on the show with my uncle for the first time, I didn't talk. I was just there. And people criticize and say, why don't you talk? ¿Puedes hablar? Do you know the issues? Are you dumb? I was like, well, maybe, yeah. But it was because it was his show. I was his títere. I was his, the second fiddle. Whenever he was busy, whenever he said, Frankie, it's your turn, I would perform. It's like the apprentice. The apprentice is learning. The apprentice is with a pen in his hand. And what is the apprentice doing? The apprentice is taking notes. A ver, así, a ver, ¿cómo le haces? Ok, así, y luego pa esto, ok. That was my job. I didn't like to be in front of the camera. I hate it. Even to this day, I hate it. But when he passed away, there was a void. And I don't want your pity. I don't want your sympathy. All I want you to do is be part of the movement. My people, I say it over and over and over again when I say, I want your money. I don't want your food. Why? Because I genuinely care. Si yo fuera un pediche, soy un pediche con mi mamá. Soy un pediche con mi hermanito. Happy birthday, David. I love you, my brother. Hope you have a great day. God bless you. You have many more. And pop out another 4 kids. Yeah, chica, de una vez. Si yo fuera un pediche, I would be asking for your money. People ask me, what's your Zelle? What's your Cash App? I say no. Some people figure out how to send it to me, and I freak out. I'm like, no, you shouldn't have. But like, it's on me. Have a meal. My people, I don't want your money. What I want you to do is be part of the cause. Whenever, in the very near future, whenever we decide to ask to be your representative in whatever entity, whether that be the school, the city, the county, or beyond, we hope that you remember who was vocal, who was talking about the important issues. I genuinely want you to realize that we have common goals. I genuinely want a better quality of life for you and your household. I was taught that we should always stand up for justice. We should always seek the truth. Speak the truth, young man, even if your voice shakes. You think I love talking about the cartels? You think I love singling out Steve Guerra and putting him in a corner and asking him what he does and where his money comes from? No, it is not in my best interest, ladies and gentlemen, because the characters behind him are very powerful. And they got resources. But this is what I do. This is my life now. I've come to accept it. I didn't ask for this life. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would start a podcast Monday through Friday. It never dawned on me. I did it once in a while because, I thought it was fun. But to have it Monday through Friday, it's tough. I have to set apart my career, my job. I have to set apart my life. Ladies and gentlemen, this consumes me. When I say last night I was up at 3 a.m. and I haven't slept, they were thinking that I was talking to the Sancha. I wish, but I wasn't. I was talking to my sources. Like three or four different people were messaging me. This has consumed me, ladies and gentlemen. But this is my calling. I know to people it might sound corny. I know to people it may sound weird, but this is what I believe wholeheartedly. And I love getting these messages of people sending me pictures of them listening to me at work, showing me videos of them dropping off their kids and saying, I'm listening to you on the radio. It means so much to me because it means that you care, that you want to know. And for that, I am forever grateful to my people. So what now? Tanto pedo, Frankie, que 1,000 subscribers. Ahora qué, güey? Ya, gente. What? What are you gonna do? Lo prometido es deuda, ¿no? Como se dice, como dice la raza. I'm going to, just as promised, I have 3 stories, ladies and gentlemen. 3 banger stories, I would like to say. All revolving BISD. I didn't think about it. I don't know why. I know I'm dumb, but I didn't think about it. There's a grading scandal that I just got a call yesterday that's, oh my God, it got even worse. So to my sources that have been calling me and texting me in regards to this, let's conference call again this afternoon because there's more information that I received and I want to cross-reference with you. So there's a grading scandal at Hannah High School where it is alleged that a counselor or counselors manipulated grades to benefit the daughter of a counselor. And remember, if you don't understand rankings, ladies and gentlemen, it's very serious because you're talking about thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarships that these kids, students are vying for. It's a big deal. And maybe I shouldn't give you a little snippet, a little but I think there was a felony committed by the counselors. If my source is correct, somebody forged the signature. That's a big no-no. You being an administrator, you being a counselor, and you manipulate a signature, you change a grade without approval, that's a felony. But do you think BISD is going to talk about this? Do you think BISD wants you to know? No. That's where we come in, ladies and gentlemen. So that's pretty intense. That's a juicy one too. The next one is I'll just say it. Frank Ortiz. Harassment while being on the board. Somebody filed a complaint. I have it right here. Everything that we talk about is factual. People criticize us. People try to diminish us, try to discredit the message. We bring facts, baby. And what could people say once you bring facts? Nothing. So we're going to talk about that. He's up for re-election. He doesn't want this to come out. The attorneys fumbled when I requested that information. They were too busy worrying about the attorney gig that they totally forgot about my request. And time lapse. And guess who got the information? Este sonso aquí. again, we hold elected leaders and those in leadership positions accountable. That is our job, like it or not. What's the next one? Moco. Sex on campus by administrators. God, esa está buena. That one's a good. I need to check with my legal team because esa sí va a estar buena. That one's good, man. It's juicy. Juicy. I will tell you who. I will tell you where. I will tell you why. Well, la calentura, right? But there's a little bit more to it. You know, there's. Y no le voy a echar mucha crema a los tacos, raza, eh? We just say it the way it is. So those three stories, ladies and gentlemen, I have lined up, all because of each and every one of you that helped us reach 1,000 subscribers. Also, 1,000 subscribers. I'm gonna release my OnlyFans link. I'm gonna send feet pic, no D pics, because I'll get in trouble. Fucking D pics también. D pics, feet pics, OnlyFans link, de todo, hombre. Yeah, celebrate. We're celebrating tonight. Our focus was our focus will be the election for these next 2 weeks. So while I am promising you that I am going to give you these 3 bangers, the grading scandal at Hannah, Frank Ortiz harassment, and administrators having sex on school campus, while I am going to give you this, the only thing I ask for is a little bit of patience, because we have a primary right around the corner. So as soon as March 3rd comes around, I'm going to give you the goods. I'm going to give you the juicy stuff. The juicy. Está bueno. I don't mean to hype myself up, but good God Almighty, está bueno el pedo. Está bueno. Should I talk about? Thanks. So again, thank you to my people, man. I want you to know that I'm a simple person, humble beginnings. I will never let this go to my head. I genuinely want to help people. I want to be people's champion. I've been blessed with a platform. I've been blessed with an opportunity where people tune in and say, a ver qué dice este loco. And I don't take it for lightly, my people. I really don't. While we're criticized and they try to discredit us, we provide facts. We provide receipts. And I want you to be a part of the movement. I understand, ladies and gentlemen, that what we do is hard, is difficult. I'm risking my neck professionally, personally, my reputation. Everything's on the line for me. There's people that can't do this. Why do you think people confide in us all this information? Because of their job. They're going to get fired. They're going to get blackballed. They're not going to be able to put food on the table. I'm willing to take all that risk. I'm willing to be the bullseye. And I don't say it condescending. Somebody yesterday said, oh, you claim to be righteous and you're a hypocrite. I don't want to know what. I don't claim to be nothing. I'm simply a face. What you don't see is the mechanism behind me, the group of people that have formed, and it's people from all walks of life. You're talking about possible law enforcement agencies, 3 letters, maybe, I don't know, to the lowest of low. And that's the beauty of it, because they all contribute in their own unique way. And what I like about these people is that they're tired. Gamboa, they're tired of corruption. They're tired of people taking advantage of you. They're tired. They want a better tomorrow. They want a promising future. And I hope that they find that in us. Again, I am no saint. I'm a nobody, ladies and gentlemen, but I want to be your somebody. I really do. Maybe a day will come in the very near future where I will ask for your consideration to be your representative in whatever government entity we decide to run in. And I promise my people I will never sell out. I'm being criticized for working Jonathan Gracia's campaign. I received $1,500 for marketing. Hey, you're a Republican. How can you help a Democrat? Well, Gracia's dad, well, Gracia, the dad and my grandfather go back 50 years. They still talk to this day. Gracia still invites him to the ranch. My grandpa, because of loved ones that we lost, he's a shell of himself. He just wants to be home. But there's still that relationship of 50 years. My grandpa tells me of stories where Gracia would come in his patrol unit with his gun fajada, and I'd be in my diapers running around all cagados, and I'd be like, I want to be like Gracia. Yo quiero police. And whenever I saw Jonathan, again, we support individuals that are all about action, that are all about the community. I like politicians, people that give, toma. Jonathan, during his short time as Justice of the Peace, gave $80,000 in food, in scholarships, and veterans to the Friendship of Women. How could I not support a man like that? Compared to somebody that's been in office 20 years and David Bencourt, no disrespect, nothing but respect for the family. This isn't nothing personal, but I think it's time that we recognize individuals such as Jonathan, that is giving back, that is action. That is what I want. And we're criticized for that. But again, we'll support individuals that are all about the community. And whenever we run, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask for you to vote for me. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be the Robin Hood. I'm going to get everything from that entity that we're at. And I'm going to bring it to your feet. And I'm going to say, what do you want me to do with it, my people? How do you want to share the pie? Because these politicos, they take all the pie. They leave us with the migajas, with the crumbs. I'm going to give you the whole pie. And if you want to give me migajas, I'll take it. If not, it's okay. God has given me an amazing life. I'm truly blessed. If I were to die tomorrow, I don't want to die tomorrow. But if I were to die tomorrow, so you don't want to go to heaven? You're going to hell. I've lived an amazing life. I know what it's like to live in abundance, and I know what it's like to live with nothing. And at the end of the day, you know what matters? Your character. But Frankie, you sent a dick pic. You learn from it. You promise never to do it again. That you're going to change and you're going to show people that did not define you. That is what I believe. That's why I'm very thankful, because we have a good thing going, ladies and gentlemen. We really do. And what happened was, and this is my personal opinion, I think once my uncle died, everybody threw me to the curb. They said, we don't need this guy. They would use my uncle because of information. Once he passed away, they said, we don't need him. He's worthless. He brings nothing to the table. Did we prove him wrong? Ladies and gentlemen, this moment of reaching 1,000 subscribers, it isn't mine. It's yours. Because it shows that you do care, that you want to be part of a movement. Again, I will never ask you for money. I will never ask you for food. All I ask of my community is something very simple. Support the cause. Make sure you like, comment, and share the page. Make sure you talk to your friends and family about what is happening. Let them know that here in this program, we talk about it all, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Nosotros jalamos parejo. We will never target the community. We will always hold our elected leaders and those in leadership positions accountable, because that is how it should be. I have no friends. I have no life. This is my life. Thank you so much. I hope each and every one of you are having as much fun as I am, because I'm having a fucking ball. Every day I wake up and I'm excited and I get a hard on and I and this feeling's orgasmic. It really is, because I feel as if I'm doing something for my community. As weird as it sounds, in my warped mind, I think I'm doing something positive. And I hope that I could change the life of one person. And maybe through that one person that I helped, I'll be saved. That's the way I think. We are up against a machine. We're up against people that want to take advantage of you, that they don't care about you, that they just come and ask for you whenever they need you. I promise, my people, I will never sell out. I will always be truthful. I will always give you my face. We may not agree, but at least I'm trying to be transparent. At the end of the day, that's what we want from our elected leaders. I have nothing else to say. Thank you so much to my people. Best believe we'll always come on and talk about what's most important to each and every one of us. This is the only way we can progress as a community together. It's like the old man once said, help me, help you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel titled Franco Legal TV. Best believe Good Morning Brownsville will come on Monday through Friday religiously. As long as you let me, Brownsville, I will be here. My name is Franco Lee, and this is Good Morning Brownsville. Peace. Flex on them hoes.